Brayden sees Alex in the gym and says, huh. He smirks and thinks, what do we have here? Brayden continues, I thought Squat's girl had some kind of tryouts to do. What? Couldn't resist the pump. Brayden says, no surprise from such a dumb meathead. Brayden smiled. Brayden's expression changed. He saw the woman with long green hair crying. Brayden was surprised. Hey, wait, are you crying? The man with brown hair, wearing a blue shirt, laughed, asking, haha. Were there not enough 45s for the squat rack? The man stood in the gym, lost in thought, while the girl with blue hair sat against the wall, hugging her knees. The blue-haired girl sat with her head down as the man looked at her and said, sorry. The man stood with his hands on his hips, looking at the training equipment, while the girl sat against the wall. The girl with teal hair looked down and said, no, go ahead. She looked up, tears in her eyes, and shouted, just let me have it. Give me the Brayden treatment. I deserve it. Her expression softened as she said, you were right. Brayden looked at her, a question in his blue eyes. The woman with teal hair sat with her head in her arms, thinking, all that time I spent in the gym. It was all useless. A complete waste of time. She remembered herself working out, lifting weights. She thought, those hours, the blood, sweat, and tears. Pointless. A man with dark hair looked at her, confused. Tears welled in her eyes. I can't do anything, she thought. She looked at her hand and thought, no matter what I do, nothing changes. A man with brown hair looked down, thinking, I always feel the same. A woman with green hair stared off into the distance, thinking, I really am just pathetic. A man with brown hair looked down, lost in thought. The brown-haired man thought, pathetic. People laughed at him. Haha, isn't he pathetic? The brown-haired man continued to look down. He thought, I'm tired of being a loser, but nothing is different. She thought, I tried working on myself, but what did that accomplish? It was all pointless. In the end, it's painfully obvious. She continued thinking that I'm still a coward, as weak as I've ever been. She sat on the floor of the gym while a man stood near the weights. The man standing by the weights thought, weak. A blonde woman with green eyes looked sad as she was told. Alex became the laughingstock of the gaming world. A man with dark hair and a red shirt smirked. Hell laugh. At that woman. Hard to imagine that. The woman looked at the man, confused. The woman asked, what happened? The woman with blonde hair and green eyes said, it started back in high school. The man with brown hair and blue eyes asked, ugh, Alex in high school. An attractive, obnoxious girl like her. Let me guess, she was the annoying popular type. The man responded, actually. He explained, she was quiet, overweight, and bullied. He remembered Alex. Alex has been my best friend since we were kids. He thought. Alex had blonde hair and green eyes. Alex with her blonde hair asked, park today. Her friend with short teal hair and glasses replied, sure. He thought about how she grew up with a tough home life and spent a lot of time at his house. He remembered telling her, I found a new scary movie for us to watch tonight. Alex, lying on the couch, replied, are you going to actually stay in the room this time? He remembered saying, I told you I'm only scared of ghosts. He thought that at school she was quiet and reserved, always struggling a bit with social anxiety. It led to a few kids thinking she was kind of weird, but not much more than that. But high school got worse. Some students wondered if she wore anything but hoodies, and what was up with her hair. She was even less popular there. Her shyness didn't favor the high school life. But still, things weren't too bad for her overall. She asked, my house today? Her friend replied, sure. Because of their schedules, they barely saw each other, but she seemed positive overall. It wasn't too long into high school when that new game League of Legends came out. It quickly became the most popular game in the world. Even a non-gamer like him heard about it constantly. Alex was a natural at League of Legends. Haha, dead. Yes, teabag him. He used to spend afternoons just watching her destroy people, even though he didn't really understand it. He thought the game was really great for her. She made lots of new friends, became more popular in school, and even joined a gaming club. It wasn't long until she was considered one of the best players in the country. She got contacted by a professional esports team about becoming a pro. Try out for the team. That was 3 years ago. Things seemed to be looking up for the blonde girl with green eyes. However, it all quickly changed. He never realized, when word of her esports offer got out around school, how much of a loser you were. Alex's experience playing the game had been a positive one. It was a fun hobby that brought her new friends and popularity at school, but it all changed. The word spread around school about Alex's esports prospects. One student asked, did you hear that Alex girl might make Team ZRN? Another responded, you serious? A student with green hair and glasses is being talked about. One student says, she's the pro gamer. It's not surprising. I mean, look at her. She looks like a loser who plays all day every day. Another student laughs and says, I guess we always knew she had no life. Yeah. A group of students continue to make fun of her. One says, yo, that's the girl they call the Queen of League. Another responds, League. More like the Queen of Cheetos. You can practically see the chip dust on her fingers, haha. Oh my god, she really looks like a gamer, huh? The bullying continues as one student says, it's hard to say why the bullying in school got so bad. Legend has it that as her rating goes up, so does her weight. Haha, she's so weird. A girl with pink hair said, but if you ask me. Hey Alex, Clay says he likes you. Alex, with her green hair and red glasses, looked confused. Another student laughed, saying, what? Gross. Haha. It's because they became jealous of her success. With school life getting worse, Alex withdrew more into the gaming world. She started missing days and ditching class. Alex's grades and appearance began to suffer, and she let her grades and appearance slip more and more. She poured all her time and energy into gaming, but she focused all that time and energy into gaming instead. And eventually, she made the professional team ZRN. Despite her success, Alex never seemed happy. However, despite that, she never seemed happy. He did his best to cheer her on and be encouraging, but she didn't seem right. The bullying was bad even online, all the way up until her first official professional match. People online were saying things like ZRN added a pro mid-lane player and about 250 LB to the roster today. And I can't believe ZRN actually signed Cheeto Queen and the heaviest hitter in gaming. He remembered thinking even that day she seemed off, the day she should have been most excited. He told her, hey, don't worry, you got this. But she replied, I don't know. She was down on herself and nervous, even for the thing she was most confident about. When the match started, the crowd must have known about her troubles at school. They harassed her and insulted her the entire match, yelling, cow, high school dropout, trashy, loser, Cheeto Queen. It affected her pretty hard. Damn it. A message appeared, you have been slain. You have been slain. Alex's teammates watched in disbelief. And in the middle of the match, what are you doing? Come on. Her teammates shouted after her. She ran out on her team. Hey, where are you going? Leaving them to lose. Alex's friend with blonde hair and green eyes asked, Alex, what's wrong? What happened? Alex started to speak. Alex cried, they all hate me and laugh at me. Her friend put her hand on Alex's shoulder. Why are you listening to idiots like that? Her friend told Alex to just believe in herself, to ignore the haters and to be confident. Alex replied, no, I can't. Her friend called her name, but Alex yelled, it's easy for you to say. Alex continued, you're pretty popular. Everyone likes you. It's not the same for me. Her friend looked sad as Alex said, it's easy to just say something like ignore them, but it's not like I can just tune out the whole world around me. After that, she was in a dark place for a while. She still wasn't going to school and spent a lot of days just lying in bed. She even became a living meme on the internet when you leave your chips off screen. It took a few months, but slowly she seemed to come out of her shell a bit. The blonde woman, wearing a red tank top and jean shorts, looked at Danny and said, Danny. She continued, I want to apologize for yelling at you. I was just upset with myself. Danny, sitting on the floor, looked up, waving her hands and said, Nuo, don't worry about it, okay? I was wrong for always pushing you uncomfortably. I just want to support you, so let me know how I can. Danny put on her glasses and said, yeah, I know. I'm just pissed off at myself for messing up one of the few things in my life I've been proud of. Danny, wearing her glasses, realized that I let those people get to me. Because what they said is true. Danny continued, I'm socially awkward, lazy, and even a failure at school. The truth is, Danny said, I know that I've been using gaming to hide from reality. I'm really not happy with who I am. Every time I'm gaming, it's in the back of my mind that I could be studying or trying to make more friends or get more healthy. I like gaming, but I'd like to do other stuff too. I want to meet new people or maybe even find a boyfriend. Her friend said, Danny, I want to improve all of that. I want to improve myself. Working on yourself is good, but make sure you're doing it for yourself, not anyone else. Only if that's what you really want. Danny with green hair wearing glasses said, yeah, and despite what happened, I still want to try to be a pro gamer. I want to try again, but I only want to do it. Danny continued, after I become a person that I'm proud of. After finishing high school, applying for college, and going hard for her gym goals, she really accomplished a lot. But she still felt down on herself sometimes because it's hard to get over something like that. She didn't have a big encouraging social circle or anything, and her parents weren't really in the picture. The blonde woman with green eyes teared up, thinking, I don't know what else to do other than cheer her on. She's done such a good job, but she still struggles to see IT herself. I wish I could help her more. A man with brown hair looked down, his eyes narrowed. The man stood in the gym, arms crossed, while the woman with green hair sat on the floor. The woman looked down, thinking, I thought I could change myself, but I'm the same as I've always been. Scared, no confidence. Weak. At the gym, a man with brown hair stood near the weights while a woman with green hair sat on the floor. The man looked down, asking weak. He smirked, saying, heh. The woman with green hair said, that's funny. He said weak is probably. The green-haired woman finished his sentence, saying, the last word I'd use to describe you. Alex sits on the floor of the gym, looking dejected while Brayden stands nearby with his arms crossed. Alex thinks, even after all that work, I still couldn't change myself. In the end, Alex continues to think, I'm as weak as I've ever been. Brayden smirks and says, heh. Brayden stands near the weights, looking down at the girl with teal hair who is sitting against the wall. He asks, did you say, weak? Brayden continues, that's pretty funny. The girl looks up, a question on her face. The man with short brown hair said, weak as probably. The girl with green hair looked surprised as she heard. The last word I'd used to describe you. Huh. The man continued, when we met, I'll admit I was wrong about you. I guess I had the completely wrong impression of what you are. He finished. The man with short brown hair asked, weak, scared, pathetic. He continued, someone lacking confidence. The man looked at Alex, his eyes narrowed. Who the hell are you describing? He said, the Alex that I know. She's brash and outspoken, tough and prideful. He continued, describing Alex as borderline obnoxious, someone who confidently flexes on people, and someone who doesn't take shit from anyone. He admitted, I never would have guessed the Alex that I know. He thought that the Alex who even stands up to a guy like Brayden Bridges was the type to let a few haters get in her head. He stretched his arms and said, heh, but I guess I was wrong. Brayden yawned and said, you know, suddenly I don't really feel like the gym anymore. The girl with green hair watched him walk away. See you around, nerd, she said. She wondered, let a few haters get in your head. She looked at her phone and laughed. Gwaha. Brayden is getting so roasted on his last post. Not that I was checking or anything, my finger accidentally slipped to his account. The comments read, this man is so cringe and why is bro trying to act like he gyms? She thought, I'm totally gonna rub this in. The girl with green hair taunted Brayden, hey scrawny arms, looks like your last video didn't go over so well. Really? Something wrong? The comments are really letting you have it, huh? Brayden, looking at his phone, laughed and said, PFFT, you mean these pitiful haters? Is that all these kids can come up with? Thanks for the views, dipshits. Banned and blocked. Do they really think Brayden Big Play Bridges would ever let a couple haters get in his head? The girl was surprised. Well, that was kind of impressive. He handled that shockingly well, she thought. Kahata, what happened to all that ego? She thought, he dealt with that so effortlessly. The girl with green hair thought, come to think of it, I've never seen him upset. He gets that goofy anger, but I've never seen it affect his mood for more than a few seconds. She continued to think about Brayden. He lets everything roll off him and moves on. She wondered, how does he do that? Is he really that much stronger mentally than me? If he can do it, surely I can too. This is Brayden Doofus Bridges we're talking about. The green-haired girl thought, and not only that. I guess I was wrong about you. Even Brayden, the guy who hates me, thinks I'm tougher than I do. She thought, I can't be that pathetic. I know I'm better than this. What the hell am I doing? Just get up. GGGRRRRR. I can still go back. Stop thinking and act. She continued, I can live with myself failing, but I can't live with losing my dream to some worthless bullies. I can't live with running away. She knew, I know I've changed even if it's just a little. GRRR. She screamed, Rah, I'm coming. Running, she thought, damn it. She thought, why am I being so hard on myself? Of course I can do this. Stop overthinking everything. She steeled herself. I have to get out of my own freaking head. Toughen up. I just gotta summon my inner cocky Brayden. If nothing else for this one single game. With a GRRR. Rah, she kicked the door open with a loud bang. With a whoosh, a girl with teal hair bursts into the room. She yells, hey, I'm back. I'm back. She continues, I'm sorry I had explosive diarrhea and IT was getting everywhere. But I'm back now and ready to play. She looks worried and asks, I'm not too late am I? The girl with teal hair looked worried. Not too late am I, she wondered. A voice from the computer shouted, hell no. The girl's worried expression turned to surprise. We got the game paused waiting for you. Let's do this, the voice continued. Her eyes widened slightly. The girl with long teal hair and a headset, sitting at her computer, says, why yeah, let's do IT. She looks at the screen with a shocked expression and says, diarrhea. She's visibly upset, thinking, why didn't I just blame lag? The creator of Swole Mates has a message for everyone. Hi everyone. Over the next couple of weeks, I'm doing some fun character Q&As on my creator profile, so make sure to follow and check IT out. There will be some other interesting things posted there as well, including new character previews. Thanks for reading. In the gym, Alex with her green hair gets ready to lift. Okay, focus. Focusing. And she strains. Pull. GGGRRRR. She drops the weight. No way. The woman with long teal hair and a pink tank top screamed, I did IT. Yes, 315 lb deadlift. Let's go. She celebrated her success with two versions of herself, one with green hair. They shouted, yeah, yes, woohoo. She reflected, this week has been amazing. I increased my bench max tau omicron 195, my squat tau omicron 295, and finally my deadlift to 315. I feel so strong lately. Looking in the mirror, she was surprised by her reflection. Geez, I can't believe that's my body now. The woman with teal hair, wearing a pink sports bra and shorts, posed in the gym and asked, don't I? Kinda look really good lately. Flexing her biceps, she continued, it finally feels like I've achieved my dream body. My arms are toned. She flexed her abs, saying, my thighs are thick and muscular. I even have a six-pack when I flex my abs. Turning around, she asked, and, doesn't my butt look pretty good too? She flexed her butt, thinking, it's gotten so round. Those squats have really been paying off. She thought, it really feels like all the work has finally paid off. She wondered, wait, do I officially have sick gains? She heard someone say, sick gains brah, she replied, Thai. So cool. She thought, I also did amazing in my tryouts. Even though it was stressful, someone said, awesome job, Alex. She replied, Thai. Alex, with her teal hair and pink workout clothes, wondered, could IT be possible? She continued thinking, am I just badass now? This is like the first time in my life I've ever felt like this. Alex stood there a little surprised. She smiled, thinking, yeah, I would be proud of myself. The woman with teal hair thought, except. She kicked a punching bag and wondered, why did I need Brayden to do it? She put her hands in her hair, thinking, damn it, am I that helpless? Did I really need inspiration from that turd? I can't let it happen again. From now on, I'm a stronger person. The woman with teal hair wiped the sweat from her brow with a towel. She paused, lost in thought. Though, a man with short brown hair and blue eyes asked, who are you describing? The woman wondered, what the heck was that? It was almost like he was trying to convince me to go back, or be more confident in myself. She sat on the bench wondering, was that on purpose? She thought, did I misinterpret that? No, he easily could have cut me down in that moment, or just ignored me. But he didn't. Was it on purpose? Was he trying to be nice? She continued thinking, seems unlikely unless he knew what I was feeling. Has he experienced something similar? But he's the confident, popular Brayden Bridges, isn't he? Wait, or is he like some kind of mysterious guy? She knew that regardless, she needed to figure out how to get that confidence in herself more often. She thought, I got through it this time, but what about moving forward? There wasn't even a crowd. Alex, with her blue-green hair pulled back, knew she had to get tougher. She thought, I have to get tougher. I have to keep looking at myself positively. If they decide to add Mu Epsilon Tau Omicron the team, I'm gonna have to face all of my failures. The fans, the haters, even probably my old team at some point. I know all those memes are coming back too, as soon as the community finds out I'm back in the league. Alex clenched her fists, resolving to stop running away. But I'm a lot tougher this time. I know I can do IT. I'm double ascended, Alex. No more running away. Probably. She sat with her head in her hands, wondering why Brayden had helped her. He had brown hair and blue eyes. She thought, but I still don't understand why he helped me. He had the perfect opportunity to kick me while I was down, but instead chose to prop me up. Alex thought that if Brayden really meant to help, maybe she could ask him how to be more confident. She thought, if he really meant to help, maybe I could try asking him about being more confident. He makes IT look so easy. I have seen him be helpful once before. He wasn't the cocky Brayden, but almost a completely different person. Alex thought, but ugh, he can also be really annoying. Maybe it's not worth dealing with him. Then again, that other Brayden. Alex wondered, maybe he's someone I could get along with. I'm curious who that person is. Is he the real Brayden? Alex, lying on the floor, thought, ugh. Or am I just overthinking things again? Maybe he's just always an idiot and got lucky. Or was he secretly making fun of me and misinterpreted it? Argy. Alex walked outside. Alex walked outside and tilted her head, saying HM. She spotted a man on the stairs and realized it was Bradian. Bradian, she exclaimed. Alex, wearing a pink top and shorts, panicked. She thought, shoot, what do I say to him? Ugh, this is embarrassing. I was so pathetic last time he saw me. Bradian, a handsome man with blue eyes, noticed her and tilted his head, a question mark appearing in a speech bubble. Bradian asked, HM, back from the gym, huh? You didn't leave a bunch of sweat on the machines again, did you? She replied, I don't sweat. Bradian remarked, HM, then what's that smell? Gross. She was shocked, EA. The man laughed, WH what smell? Haha, that look. I'm just messing with ya. He turned to leave, saying, smell you later, nerd. Hey. The woman with blue hair called out, Brayden. Brayden kept walking. The girl with the teal hair started to speak. About the other day. She continued, I just wanted to say that, what you said. She blushed slightly as she said, it felt like I really needed to hear that. She went on, and I don't know if you meant to, but it encouraged me to go back and finish my tryouts. So, I know we argue a lot, but I wanted to say, TH. The man with brown hair wearing a blue shirt says, thanks for that. He pauses. He starts to say something, He finishes, don't know what you're talking about. The woman with teal hair looks surprised and says, huh. The man walks up the stairs. The woman looks annoyed. She huffs, HMPH. Of course, when I try being nicer. The woman with teal hair thinks, he's freaking headache-inducing. She walks outside and thinks, but there's no doubt about it. She continues thinking, there are definitely two Braydens. The cocky jerk hiding something, and the other one, the real one. She is determined as she thinks, whether he likes it or not, I'll figure out who the real Brayden is. I'm on to you, you dumb, mysterious bastard. Alex, the green-haired woman, said, well, I'm glad everything went well with your tryouts. Yeah, though, if they decide to sign me to the team, that's when the real stress will begin. I'll be in the public eye again. I'll have to do interviews and promo videos soon. Ugh. Brayden thought Alex was more worried about the interviews than the actual competition, calling her a true introvert. She told Alex, don't worry, if something bad happens again, I'll murder you in your sleep like we planned. I already found a knife that I really like to do it. Alex thanked her and asked for some mercy. Brayden replied, yeah, NP, though I might need the next euthanizing. Alex said, these classes are destroying my will to live. I have 3 hours of math next. Ouch. I can't do it anymore. I think I've aged 10 years in these last couple of months. The girl with green hair said, that's pretty bad. Though I'd prefer it to chem. My grade is hanging by the tiniest pubic hair of a thread there. That class is so confusing. Ugh yeah, tough call. I never expected college to be so soul-sucking. The blonde girl's eyes widened. Wait, Alex. Alex, the girl with green hair, looked at her confused. The blonde girl continued, I just thought of such a good plan. The blonde girl exclaimed, if we win the lottery tonight, we can just retire instead of going to class. The jackpot was like $1 billion. Alex just stared at her. The blonde girl said, Danny. Alex held out her hand. Do I need to take all of your credit cards again? Danny grinned and said, I'm gonna go get some tickets tonight. Suddenly, Danny was struck on the head with a baseball bat. Wham! Danny went flying. Gwa! The girl with orange and blue hair holding the bat shouted, Weifu whhi. I leave you alone for 5 minutes, and you start convincing people to buy lottery tickets. Danny, bleeding from his head, asked, and you are? The girl with green hair and glasses said, this is my dorm roommate Shay. Hey, Shay Jones. The girl with green hair and glasses said, I told you I was going to introduce you two finally, remember? Hey. She continued, you said you wanted to meet new people, right? Even though you're mean and shy. You don't have to be so honest. I know a couple of people I can introduce you to put IT in terms you can understand. These battles will help you reach level 2 social skills. The blonde girl with green eyes said, oh, writing, forgot. The green-haired girl with glasses said, Shay, this is the Alex that I always talk about. Oh, the buff AF one. Alex, the green-haired girl, said, hello. The girl with the blonde and blue hair touched Alex's arm and said, HM, you don't look that big. Well, it's not flexed now. Alex replied, and you're shorter than I expected. The blonde and blue-haired girl responded, Naye. I'm 5'2", I'm not that short. Also, should you really be talking, you cool-haired shrimp? We're like the same height. I'm huge. Shay, the girl with the blonde hair, put her hands on both of their heads and said, ladies, you're both disgusting pipsqueaks. Shay said, oh Shay, by the way, I don't want to bug you since we just met, but Alex looked at her confused. The girl with blonde and green hair who was smoking warned, I saw someone get busted for smoking on campus the other day, so you might want to watch out. Alex, looking shocked, pointed out, it's a lollipop. It's clearly not. There's no pop at all. The girl responded, I ate it. Seriously? Alex, even more surprised, asked, and what is that flask? A girl with blonde hair and a blue streak held up a flask. Gotta stay hydrated for class. She chugged the drink. Glug glug. Orange juice. She's as degenerate as me, but in a completely different way. The girl with the blue streak asked Shay, who has blonde hair, hey Shay. What's it like living with Danny? Shay said, oh, she's the best. She wakes me up for class and is always cooking new recipes. And I can't believe how clean she is. The blonde girl with green eyes said, yes, I am the best. Though, the girl with orange hair said, she has this thing where she won't stop shipping people. Yeah, that's her thing. She's kinda like a robot. You insert calories, mostly cake and mac and cheese, and she poops out ships. The blonde girl sitting on the couch said, like last night, weatherman and newscaster girl would make such a cute couple, don't you think? The girl with teal hair and glasses said, that's nothing. Just in our last class, someone dropped an eraser on the floor. A girl with short dark hair and a gray shirt reached for it at the same time as a guy with orange hair. I'll get it, oh oops, sorry, she said. The blonde girl watched them, a smirk slowly growing on her face. Sorry. Yes. The girl with the short dark hair looked embarrassed. Wait, I don't do that. That much, she said. The girl with green hair laughed. Yeah, you do. Why do you think I call you the ship captain? The blonde girl tilted her head. I thought it was like a cool sailing thing. The girl with green hair looked annoyed. When have you ever sailed, you dingbat? The blonde girl put her hand on her head. I guess that's true. The girl with green hair thought about how the blonde girl gets straight A's, and she's been trying to figure out how her whole life. The green-haired girl wondered if she should say hello to Brayden, and if trying to be more friendly to him would bring out the nicer Brayden. The blonde girl yelled, Brayden. There he is. Brayden, standing with a group of girls, said, Oh hello ladies. I was just about to take some sexy new pics. Yay, the blonde girl yelled Brayden. Oh my god, you look great today. The girl with mint-colored hair and red glasses looked annoyed and thought, Waifu. A girl with blonde hair and another with red hair approached Brayden, who was smiling. The blonde girl asked, do you want to hang out after class? I really love your videos. Yahaza. The girl with mint-colored hair watched them and thought, I forgot he's actually popular. The girl with mint-colored hair, standing next to a girl with blonde hair streaked with teal, said, oh, what's this? The girl with blonde hair said, oh yeah, Alex has a huge crush on Brayden Bridges. The girl with mint-colored hair wearing glasses exclaimed, the Brayden Bridges. I don't. He's a cocky idiot. The blonde girl replied, I hope you're ready for a fangirl knife fight going after a guy that popular. The girl with blonde hair streaked with teal said, true, but I think he likes her. The girl with blonde hair streaked with teal continued, besides, didn't you say Brayden Bridges is old news? She added, oh, that's right. Word on the street is an even more popular influencer started going here. The girl with blonde hair streaked with teal said, I heard he's Brayden's biggest rival. Suddenly, a squeal pierced the air. Wah. The girl with mint-colored hair asked, wasn't that the unmistakable squeal of a fangirl? The girl with blonde hair streaked with teal replied, I think so. Let's check IT out. A crowd gathered and one girl wondered, his class just ended. Is he coming? Oh my, what's with the crowd? Another girl gushed, OMG, he's so cute. Yeepa. I can't believe both he and Brayden go here. Right. The girls started comparing the two boys. One asked, who do you think is hotter, him or Brayden? Another replied, ooh, tough call. I think Brayden is more my type. A third girl said, haha, not me. The girl with mint-colored hair and red glasses looked back at her friends with a confused expression. A man with white hair waves to a crowd saying, ah shucks, you all are too nice to me. I don't deserve such great fans. The crowd shouts, we love you. Marry me. The girl with mint-colored hair and red glasses looks on as one of the girls says, oh, there he is. The hottest up-and-coming influencer around. A man with white hair and green eyes smiles and says, thanks everyone. Lucas Oro, the white-haired man with green eyes, smiles as his fans shout, we love you, Lucas. Lucas replies, I have the best fans. You're the best. Lucas blows a kiss to the crowd, saying, I love you all. The fans respond with excitement, Gua. Lucas looks at his hand and says, HM. Lucas's eyes widen as he looks at his hand. Three girls stand together. The girl in the middle wears a shirt that says, Waifu. Lucas with his white hair rushes towards the girls and shouts, excuse me. Lucas is panting heavily. The green-haired girl with glasses looks at Lucas and says, ooh, why you? The woman with green hair and red glasses looks surprised and says, I've. Suddenly, a man with white hair appears and shouts, I've been looking everywhere for you. The green-haired woman responds, Nae. The creator of the comic announces that there will be character Q and as, new character previews, and other interesting things on their creator profile. Brayden was panting heavily, surrounded by onlookers. Alex, wearing a waifu t-shirt, looked at Brayden and said, ooh, why you? Brayden stared back, saying, I've. Alex looked confused. A man with white hair points directly at Alex and shouts, Alex Yuki, I've been looking everywhere for you. Alex, a woman with green hair and glasses, looks surprised. At the same time, a blonde woman and a woman with orange hair look surprised too and say, Other people are also surprised and ask, what? What's so great about her? Alex asks, what did I do? The man with white hair smirked, saying, it started a week ago. He continued, I was minding my own business in the lounge when, geez, this is too heavy. How am I going to get this inside? Oh, Alex. I need help getting these really heavy boxes up into this cabinet. Can you ask a couple of the guys outside to help? Oh, I should help them. The woman with green hair and red glasses replied, Oh, I can get them. Don't. They're like 100 pounds. Alex easily picked up the boxes, surprising the woman in the purple shirt. She asked, where do they go? Why, you're pretty strong. The woman with green hair was impressed by Alex's strength. She said, those boxes would have been heavy even for a large guy, and you put them away with little effort. Very impressive. Next day, a girl with blonde hair lay on the floor, lamenting, I don't want to go to class. I used to like school. I used to love the learning, the social interactions, the sweet sound of a child's laughter. She continued, now I am but a shell of a human. I can no longer recall the taste of food, the sound of running water, the touch of grass. I'm naked in the dark, there's nothing. She lay sprawled on the ground, and then she stood up. Just the cold, grim pain of reality remains. My only relief is knowing that someday our meaningless lives will mercifully end. We're gonna be late. A woman with green hair effortlessly lifts the blonde woman into an overhead press. Someone yells, come on, a perfect form deadlift into an overhead press. The blonde woman says, "Come on, they have free cake over there." The green-haired woman asks, "What kind?" The green-haired woman flexes her bicep. Bicep. A man with white hair says, "You may have tricked these other people, but you can't fool me." The white-haired man pointed and said, "Underneath all of that baggy clothing you wear." Hey. He continued, "You are secretly jacked, aren't you?" The green-haired woman with glasses looked surprised and asked, "What?" A blonde woman, "Story is crazy, but you know what sucks? Waiting a week for the next chapter. Stop waiting and get the Dungeon Crawler Carl audiobook for completely free on Amazon. It is the highest-rated series I have ever seen. With over 180,000 positive reviews, it has everything we love. Dungeons, systems, and a crazy talking cat. And the best part, it usually costs $25, but you get it for free. And it is yours to keep forever. Click the Amazon link in the description to start listening." Laughed, saying, "Haha, it's true." The blonde woman lifted the green-haired woman's shirt, revealing her toned abs. The green-haired woman looked shocked and said, "Look at her abs." Gwa. A close-up of the woman's abs. A man with white hair looked shocked. The man's eyes widened. A man with white hair and a red face begged the woman with green hair, "My queen. Please go out with me." PFFFFFFF. He continued, "If a date is no good, one-to-one will be your servant. My name is Lucas. I am at your service. Please use me as you see fit." The girls around them were shocked. What? Her? Two other girls looked on, one saying, "Man the anchors." The girl with blue hair and red glasses looked shocked and asked, "Is this guy nuts?" The white-haired man continued, "And if I may make one humble request of you, as your servant." The blue-haired girl looked on, a slight smile on her face. "Please." The man finished his request, blushing, "Would you crush my head with your thighs?" The white-haired man finished his request, adding, respectfully. He smirked. The blonde woman kicked him in the face, shouting, "Gwa." The man fell to the ground, bleeding. The blonde woman and the girl with the teal bangs continued to kick him. "Creep. Don't ask a person shit like that. You can't just add respectfully." The man, bruised and bleeding, said, "Sorry, I got a bit ahead of myself. Alex is quite intimidating and I got nervous." The girl with the teal bangs wearing glasses replied, "How am I intimidating? I haven't even done anything." The man looked down and said, "What I meant was." He continued, "I want your thighs around my neck pressing tightly, squeezing and squeezing like an anaconda until my face turns purple." He continued, "Then as the grip tightens my skull eventually collapses in upon itself and combusts like a watermelon, shattering and sending my eyeballs and brain matter splashing upon the pavement." He continued, "While simultaneously the final dopaminergic synapses of my brain matter will fire off, resulting in a beautiful, blissful ending." He finished respectfully. The girls looked on, speechless. The girls kick the guy on the ground. One of them yells, "That was way worse. You said the same thing, just way more graphic." Gah. Just because we're all thinking it doesn't mean you should say it out loud. The blonde girl points at the guy and shouts, "Alex wouldn't go out with someone just because they like how buff she is. Are you stupid?" The girl with green hair says, "Well, if he thinks muscles are cool, that's not so bad." She realizes, never mind, she's totally into that. The blonde girl laughs, "Haha. Well, you heard her. Muscles are cool. She definitely wouldn't go out with some weakling. So scram, weirdo." The green-haired girl adds, "Why yeah, no weaklings." The blonde girl yelled at the man with silver hair, "You heard me. You couldn't even beat a little girl like her in arm wrestling, creep. Hit the gym, why don't you, before asking her out?" The silver-haired man smirked. "Arm wrestling, huh?" He looked down at the green-haired girl with a confident expression. "Then, I challenge you to prove my strength. I think I'll win." The green-haired girl pointed at him. "Wait, you're just another poser like Braden, aren't you? I'll own you. Bring it on, boy. I crushed him and I'll crush you too." The silver-haired man wondered, Braden. Does she mean the Braden with really cool hair? He smiled, "Okay then, let's go. But if I win, we go on a date. Does that sound good?" The blonde girl tried to say, "Alex, I know you're competitive, but the green-haired girl cut her off. "You're on, bitch." A crowd gathered around Alex and another man. The man challenged Alex, the green-haired girl, to an arm wrestling match. "I challenge you to an arm wrestling match. If I win, we go on a date." Alex accepted, replying, "You're on." Two girls watched the scene unfold. One of them thought, "Ooh, these two are total weirdos. I think I've changed to Team Braden." Another girl tried to stop Alex, saying, "Wait, Alex, don't do this." She asked, "What do you get if you win? And if you lose, you'll have to go on a date with sus boy. This isn't fair." The girl with the green hair pointed at Alex, yelling, "Wait, yeah, she's right. Stop trying to scam me. No way I'm doing this." Alex with a smirk said, "True, that's not fair, I suppose. If you win, I'll buy you and your friends lunch at any place you want." The green-haired girl's friends were excited. One said, "Great deal. Sick bargaining skills, Alex." Another said, "Alrighty, get in there." "Okay, loosen up those shoulders." The green-haired girl with her arms crossed thought, "I can totally beat this guy. Seems like he has the same overconfidence as Braden." She then said, "I accept." The white-haired man suggested, "Let's find a place away from the crowd." They walked down the street. Alex's friends cheered him on. One of them said, "You totally got this guy, Alex. Bro is scared. Kick his ass. I'm hungry AF." Another replied, "Heh, no prob." The green-haired girl said, "Let's pick the most expensive place. Haha, he's deaf rich. We will show him our true eating power. I'll make my toilet proud." The blonde girl, tears streaming down her face, said, "You know, this will be the first time I've eaten real food in weeks. I won't let you down. No mercy." The white-haired man spread his arms wide, gesturing to the outdoor seating area. "This will be our battle arena," he said. The green-haired girl responded, "Sure." The green-haired girl, flexing her arms, said, "Let's get this over with." The white-haired man started taking off his jacket. "All right, one sec," he said. The white-haired man took off his jacket, revealing a tank top and a very muscular physique. The girls looked on in shock. One of them yelled, "Wait." She stared at him, mouth agape. "You ready to go?" "Papex." The other girls were stunned. "Oh, he's jacked. Oh God. Wait, how?" The white-haired man smirked. "Heh, sleeper build. That's not how it works." The girl with green hair and red glasses looked nervous. "Geez, I have to face this guy." The man flexed his muscles. The green-haired girl asked, "What were the rules again? Did he say if I lose I go on a date with him?" Her will was breaking. The blonde woman slapped the green-haired girl with a pair of chopsticks, telling her to pull yourself together, woman. "Bitches gotta eat." The green-haired girl, now with a red mark on her face, said, "Waifuo." "Damn it, but there's no way. Look at him. He's built like a Super Saiyan." The green-haired girl put her face in her hands. "Dang, what? Ugh, this is too much pressure." She started to panic. "I'm gonna have to go on a date. Why did I accept this? I'm a gamer. I can't go on a date. Is that like a rule or something?" The girl with green hair and red glasses was panicking about her date. Her friend said, "Of course it is. Why do you think we're all single?" Her friend waved her hands in front of her and said, "Welp, it's too late now, good luck." The blonde girl suggested, "Try using that thing that one show animates taught you." The green-haired girl, confused, asked, "Do you mean anime? What are you talking about?" Her friend replied, "Yeah, that's the one. The power of friendship or whatever." The girl with green hair and red glasses says, I guess it couldn't hurt to try." The same girl with a smirk says, "Ha, all right, bub, let's do this. Don't think I'll hold back." As they begin arm wrestling, she thinks, "Ugh, his hand is huge and his grip is so strong. I'm boned. This feels totally impossible." She thinks, and his arms are huge. "His bicep is as big as my entire arm." The white-haired man said, "Yep, this is GG. I'll let you start. Begin whenever you want." The green-haired woman responded, "K, is what I would say. Just let me put my phone away, okay?" She thought, if I wasn't a pro gamer. She tried to distract me. The white-haired man started to force her arm down. She thought, shit, I wasn't ready. Die. Woman with green hair wearing red glasses struggled against the white-haired man, yelling, "Buff bastard. Give up." He responded, "No, never." She strained against the man's strength, but couldn't move him. She thought, damn it. I just need one more inch. He's too strong. I can't get the last tiny distance. A blonde woman shouted, "Alex, believe in friendship. Fight for your friends." The blonde woman shouted, "They believe in Yahoo." The green-haired woman strained, The white-haired man slammed the green-haired woman's hand down. The green-haired woman said, "Crap." The blonde woman looked disappointed. The white-haired man said, "Phew." The white-haired man flexed his bicep and said, "Ha, not bad, but looks like I win. Though that was way too close. Even with that trick, she's way stronger than I expected." The green-haired girl, surrounded by her friends, says, "Nice try." "Dang, 'twas close." The white-haired man holds out a piece of paper with his number on it. "Here's my number. I look forward to our date." He continues, By the way, I'm just kidding around. Please don't feel obligated to do anything you don't want to. I'm just super happy to meet a fellow gym enthusiast. However, my offer for a date stands. Or if you'd even want to go to the gym together sometime, I'd love a lifting partner." The green-haired girl crosses her arms and says, "That's okay, I get it. Though, what's so special about a gym girl anyways?" The white-haired man with a huge grin says, "Shouldn't you of all people understand? The reason I want to date a fellow gym goer is because." He continues, "Lifting is the greatest thing ever. The sick gains, the feeling of the pump, the awesome supportive community." He exclaims, "It's also amazing. I even have a click-clock channel where I try to spread the joys of lifting to everyone. I want to encourage everyone to achieve the body and health that they want." The green-haired girl with red glasses replies, "That actually sounds pretty cool. I'll have to check it out." The white-haired man responds, "Please do." The white-haired man explains, "But there's one more reason I want to date a fellow gym enthusiast. The most important reason of all. It's that I am looking for." He finishes his statement, crossing his arms with a confident smirk, "My soulmate." Braden said, "How isn't it obvious? I'm looking for." Braden grinned and declared, "My soulmate." Alex with her green hair and glasses said, "Swole mate. Like soulmate. Cute, I guess, but buff. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard." Braden looked shocked and yelled, "What? No. It's kick-ass. A man with silver hair and blue eyes thinks to himself, finding your soulmate is the most important thing a gym rat can do in life. Think about it. He imagines a couple spending their days creating meal preps together. Healthy, high-protein meals, of course. He pictures a man cheering on a blonde woman as she does push-ups. Go, go, uno mas, he yells. He envisions a man spotting a woman as she lifts a dumbbell. He thought, and, most importantly, he imagined a couple flexing, saying, looking hot and buff in all the social media pictures. Let's flex, babe. Okay, babe. He pictured himself with a friend at the gym. All of that, plus always having a friend to go to the gym with. So cool. The woman with short green hair and red glasses thought, I guess that doesn't sound so bad. The man with white hair blushed and said, really? He waved his arms as he ran away, shouting, well, you know how to contact me. See you some other time. The woman with green hair watched him go. Her blonde friend said, whoop 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 whoop. Yippee. Every time I meet a guy, he immediately runs from me. The two women walked down the street. The woman with blonde hair said, phew, long day. The woman with green hair replied, yes. The woman with green hair wearing red glasses said, I'm exhausted. That was the most people I've met in like 7 years. The blonde asked, too. The woman with green hair agreed, yes. Cute introvert. I'm gonna need 5 hours of bath Game Boy to recover from this. The blonde woman said, they were. Interesting. I'm sure you and Shay will get along well. She likes that nerdy stuff too, like comics and the mangoes. The green-haired woman exclaimed, oh come on. It's manga. I know you messed that one up on purpose. The blonde woman smiled, saying, perhaps, but more importantly, she got excited and asked, when is your date with Lucas? I'm so high-yebbed. The green-haired woman admitted, I have to admit he's really good-looking. And knowing another person who likes the gym is cool. She wondered, I wonder what his favorite workouts are. Squats, bench press. Though his personality seems a bit questionable, unlike Braden Bridges. The blonde girl offered, I guess I'll stalk all his social medias for you later. The green-haired girl wearing a waifu shirt replied, gee, thanks. The blonde girl said, I owe you for embarrassing you earlier when I pulled up your shirt. The green-haired girl responded, yeah, what the heck. The blonde girl apologized, sorry, I was trying to get you laid. The green-haired girl was silent. The blonde-haired girl tells the green-haired girl, thank you for your service. The green-haired girl nods, saying, ugh, but I really am a noob. I can't go on dates. Too risky. It's probably best if I just finish the games I haven't finished yet. That's much safer. The blonde-haired girl tells her, don't worry about the actual interactions. That's way easier than getting a date in the first place. The green-haired girl says, I hope that's true. I say weird shit when I'm nervous. The blonde-haired girl responds, yeah, you do. Then the green-haired girl's phone rings and she wonders who it is. She looks at her phone and exclaims, it's Chris. He's finally getting back to me about my tryouts. She's on the phone saying, yeah. She continues talking, really. Yep, I'll be there. Bye. She pumps her fists in the air, exclaiming, I did it. Congrats. She happily announces, they're officially signing me to the team for 6 months. Yay. Our first match is 1 month from now. Her friend, a blonde woman, asks, does this mean you're super rich now? The girl with green hair replies, heh, no, not without a lot more success. But, at least I get to keep my scholarship for 1 more semester. Hey, that's something. I'm super excited to play, though Chris said we already have a team interview and photo shoot coming up. Ugh. I've got to talk in front of all the people I embarrassed myself in front of. I don't know if I can. The blonde woman tells her, well, who cares, that's for future you to worry about. This weekend we celebrate. Yay. The green-haired girl asks, hey, Danny. The blonde answers, HM. She continues, I've been meaning to ask. The green-haired girl explains to Danny, with like all these changes recently, including now that I'm going to have to be in the public eye more with the gaming league. She asks, I was wondering if maybe you'd help me shop for some better clothes and stuff. She continues, if you think that's a good idea, maybe I could look a little less gamerish. Sometimes. Danny's eyes widen in shock. Alex's blonde friend, tears streaming down her face, hugs Alex tightly, shouting, Gwag. Of course, Wham, I thought you'd never ask. I'm so proud of Yaowu. Her friend stands triumphantly over Alex, declaring this weekend, celebration and new look Alex. Yay. Alex, with her teal hair and glasses, finally arrives home, thinking, phew, finally home. Suddenly Danny comes running, yelling, Ali EX. Braden, with brown hair, suddenly yells, stop. He looks at Alex, who has teal hair, and says, be Braden. Braden looks at Alex and says, I saw you with Lucas today. Alex looks confused and asks, huh? Braden looks serious and says, before you do anything with him. Braden looks intently at Alex and says, there's something really important I have to confess to you. Braden tells Alex that he has something important to confess, and Alex, who has long teal hair and wears red glasses, responds with a surprised, waifu. Alex, with her green hair, stood near the elevator as Braden called out, Alex. Braden, looking nervous, said, I have to confess something to you. Brayden continued, something really embarrassing. Alex looked at him confused and asked, Hey, he confessed, the truth is that I'm... Alex looked at him confused. He revealed, I'm not actually jacked at Owl. Alex, a girl with green hair and red glasses, was shocked. What? She asked. A woman with green hair wearing a white shirt exclaimed, I know that it's very surprising. It's been obvious since chapter 1. The man with brown hair wearing a gray shirt responded, Yeah, well, regardless, I honestly... He threw his hands up and said, Thought I'd be like Dion Johnson by now, but it's like I don't have any gains at all. A woman with green hair, now wearing glasses, said, It's probably because you spend half your time in the gym filming videos, and it takes more than 3 months. The woman with green hair wearing glasses tells him, 4 months. Try a year of constant work and you'll see some decent results. She continues, working out is the accumulation of hundreds and thousands of tiny little reps and steps, each one a minuscule increment of progress toward your end goal, whether that be to become physically stronger, lose weight, or fight your inner demons. The consistency of never giving up and having it become a lifestyle rather than some quick fix will truly induce the change you are looking for. A few months will never do. It's best you learn this now. She pauses, then the man asks, What was the part about demons? The man responds, Well, I stopped you because I want to apologize for when we first met. My ego didn't want to accept it at first, but it's become clear you are much more buff than me. The woman with green hair crosses her arms and says, Go on. The man with brown hair said, Well, I've honestly been having fun at the gym, but I have no idea what I'm doing. He continued, I'd like to improve my gains. Waifu, and I don't want to inconvenience you, but... He looked down and said, I wanted to ask. And I realize this is selfish of me, but... He looked at the woman with green hair and asked, Would you become my personal trainer? The woman was shocked and replied, Nanny. Seriously? He responded, Yes. I must become yoked. The green-haired woman put her hand on her head and said, Ooh, waifu, since you ask nicely, I can give you some tips, I guess. She was excited and thought, no way. I've actually always wanted to train someone. It's like a dream come true. This could be fun even if it is Brayden. Brayden said he wouldn't let her down as his sensei. The woman replied, however, If I am to train you, I have 3 conditions. The woman raised one finger and said, 1. You have to take it seriously. This means no selfies, and you have to maintain some semblance of a schedule and diet. The man asked, What about selfies after? The woman didn't seem to care, replying, Fine, whatever. The woman continued, 2. No ego lifting. You will do only the weights and workouts that I allow. The man responded, Of course, of course. The woman said, And 3. Most importantly, she yelled, You have to tie your stupid hair during workouts. I'm so sick of looking at it. My asshole clenches in disgust every time I see it in the gym. The man smirked, saying, Heh, don't act like you don't enjoy these sexy locks. You look like such an idiot in the gym. He continued, like last time, Great set. I could physically see the hair going into your eyeballs. The woman with green hair yelled, This is the cut that got me famous on Click Clock. I'm telling you to tie that reverse mullet up. Or wear a damn hat. How will I impress the ladies if they can't see the beauty? What ladies? We're the only ones there. It's too annoying to look at. I can't have that donkey dick hair flop around in my face the entire time we're lifting. It's an insult to the gym. She added, Think of Lucas Oro. His hair. Brayden, the brown-haired man, heard Lucas Oro's name and asked, What's that about Lucas Oro? Brayden went on a rant about Lucas. That dreamy bastard just showed up out of nowhere. He got as many followers as me in half the time. And now he's super jacked. But Brayden Bridges will surpass him in jackness. He will be the coolest, sexiest influencer there is. The woman with green hair thought, Wait, is Lucas's popularity the reason Brayden is suddenly taking the gym seriously? That seems idiotic, though I guess it's none of my business. I hate the man, but I admit he's a worthy, extremely handsome rival to Brayden Bridges. Rival? I wonder if those 2 idiots know each other. Though he will be defeated. Brayden grinned. Okay, then it's a deal. You teach me how to get swole and I'll get a sick headband or something. My fans will love it. A perfect compliment to my new jacked, sporty look. The man with the brown hair thought, Wow, I didn't expect him to agree. He must be really feeling the heat from Lucas or something. The man said, Okay, so we are agreed. I'll be ready whenever, so let me know when we begin. The woman with green hair shook his hand and replied, Sure. Oh, and one more thing. The woman asked, Can I? The man with the brown hair asked, Use steroids. Maybe get a little trenbolone going. I've already got a dealer lined up for us. The woman shouted, No. Okay, what about a test booster? She yelled, Absolutely not. It'll shrink your dong and stuff. The girl with the green hair said, Ugh, fine. Calm down. You won't need it if you put in the work. The brown-haired man turned to leave. All right. See you in class, he said. The green-haired girl stopped him. Actually, Brayden, I wanted to ask you something. She looked him straight in the eye. don't take this the wrong way, but you are the most cringe man I have ever known. My metaphoric, balls often hurt just from existing around you. The man with the brown hair and blue eyes said, go on. The woman with the green hair and red glasses said, you are the cringiest. And yet, somehow you are able to exist as a confident person day to day as if nothing ever happened. She continued, I still remember the time I was at McDonald's. A woman in a red shirt asked, would you like ketchup with that? She replied, you too, thanks. She said, I lose at least one night of sleep a week thinking about that moment, not to mention all the other moments. Ooh. He clenched his fist. But my question is, a man with brown hair and a blue shirt grinned. This ability to maintain unwavering confidence, even after looking like an absolute clown on countless occasions. A woman with green hair and red glasses looked on seriously. Is it possible to learn this power? Braden stood with his arms crossed. Alex, the green-haired girl, asked, HM. Alex stared intensely, saying, no offense, but you are the most cringe man I've ever met. She continued, and yet somehow you are able to live your life with confidence. Alex asked, is it possible to learn this power? The brown-haired man laughed, saying, a trick for confidence. Of course. He continued, it's duper super easy. You simply just don't give a shit and pretend it didn't happen. The man with brown hair grinned, KK. So smart of me. It's obviously not that easy. The girl with green hair looked away, saying, I was kinda hoping for a more serious answer. I need to become more confident. The girl with green hair and red glasses said, I'm gonna have to do public interviews and promo videos, and be on live streams and social media and stuff. She continued, all in front of a crowd that I really embarrassed myself in front of. I'm scared if I can't get over this, I'm going to panic and fail again. I just want people to like me. She looked at the man with brown hair and asked, you seem to handle social media and stuff really well. Do you have any tips? The man replied, yes. Don't worry about some kind of superficial fake confidence like that. The man with short brown hair said, you'll be happier if you act sincere. Even if that means admitting to all of those haters, you don't feel confident. People will embrace you if you embrace yourself. That's my honest advice. The man continued, but if you want a different answer, the woman with green hair and red glasses said, it's really easy to act confident. The man finished, if you pretend to be someone else. Who cares if it's not the real you making the mistakes, right? The man with brown hair told the green-haired man, let me know when you're ready for our first gym session. You have my number. Right. Thanks. The green-haired man walked away. He thought, pretend to be someone you're not. I wonder what he meant by that. Did he mean to emulate a confident person's personality? That's actually pretty smart, and it feels like something I can probably do. He realized, wait, did he mean himself? Is he trying to turn me into Braden Jr.? He then said, Yaha. I'm the coolest herpy der. A woman with blonde hair calls out, Alex. Alex, a woman with green hair and glasses, replies, HM. Over here. The blonde woman approaches Alex, saying, oh, there you are. Yo, hey. Alex says, and nice to see you again, Shay. Shay, a woman with orange and blue hair, replies, HM. Same. I didn't know you were coming. The blonde woman says, well, today is supposed to be my Read Comics Day, but Danny told me this was hype AF. The blonde woman grabs Shay, exclaiming, it's so hype. Get hyped. Get out of the house, loser. Today is the day. The blonde woman throws her arms up and declares, Alex stops dressing like a slobby gamer. Yay. Shay with green hair and glasses asks, must you always embarrass me? The blonde woman replies, heh. Yes, ugh. She continues, I can't wait to find you some cute casual wear and interview clothes, an outfit for all your sponsored commercials, and most importantly, the blonde woman says, a couple of sexy outfits for your dates with Lucas Oro. Shay, looking alarmed, replies, I didn't decide on that yet, and my budget isn't nearly that big. The blonde woman says, fine, just a few cute fits for any occasion. Plus date ones. The blonde woman imagines Alex and Lucas together. She says, Gwa, I can't wait to see Alex and Lucas together. They're gonna be so cute, all flexing and drinking protein shakes and stuff. Alex, dressed as a pirate captain, shouts, give her the booty, yar har. The blonde woman thinks, so she's really leaning into the captain thing, huh? I wasn't expecting a pirate. They arrive at a store. The blonde woman says, this store should work. The blonde woman tells Alex, okay, Alex, you pick some stuff out and I'll yell at you because it's bad. And I'll find the actual stuff you'll be wearing. I'll do my best, but I'm relying on your normie powers for this. Alex looks through the clothing racks, thinking HM. She continues browsing, thinking MM. Alex holds up a bright pink shirt, thinking maybe this. The girl with short green hair and glasses held up a pink shirt and said, yeah, this is hopeless. I have absolutely no fashion sense. Shay, with blonde hair, and her friend with orange and teal hair, reassured her. Don't worry, Shay and I are here to carry you. The green-haired girl responded, yep. If you say so, leave it to us. Shay asked, okay, what about this one? Her friend replied, ooh, oh, nice, nice. We could do some shorts with that. Shay's friend chuckled, ho ho, check out this. That's perfect. That'll make her butt look amazing. The green-haired girl thought, suddenly I have a bad feeling about this. The blonde girl with green eyes said, all right, Alex, time to try these on. Get in there and make us proud. Alex with orange hair and a streak of blue replied, oh, okay. Alex, standing behind the curtain, said, promise you won't laugh because I don't normally wear stuff like this. The blonde girl replied, of course not. I don't even know you well enough to know what you normally wear. Alex asked, okay, then how? Alex with her back turned asked, does this look? The blonde girl and the girl with the green streak in her hair both looked shocked and yelled, yeah. Alex and her friends are going shopping and she says, shopping time. Brayden says, time for Alex's new look. Let's all find some stuff for her to try on. Right. Alex looks at a pink dress and thinks, HM. Alex looks at the dress again and thinks, MMM. The woman with teal hair and red glasses says, She realizes, I'm realizing I have no fashion sense. The blonde woman says, don't worry, Shay and I will carry you. Then the woman with orange and teal hair says, She continues, yeah, I don't really either. Just look at me. I look like an anime character. The girl with orange and blue hair said, I'm mostly here because she said there would be food. I know nothing about fashion. The girl with green hair held up a shirt that said alpha male and said, yeah, it'd probably be best if we sit out. The blonde girl in the yellow shirt said, we'll leave it to Danny. You guys, that seems smart. She's cute and stylish and gets more boyfriends than I can count. Sub. The girl with green hair looked shocked and said, I do not. Do you not remember yesterday? The blonde woman suggested, I admit salt milk wasn't the best, but what about Vaseline on toast? You're trying it first this time. Hey, blondie. The blonde woman asked the man with spiky hair, you're cute, can I get your number? He replied, HM. Sure. Really? She added, however. The blonde woman said, you'll have to queue up. There's a waiting list. The man with spiky hair exclaimed, are these other guys? Hey. Why are there so many? Is that what those numbers on our fridge are? The orange-haired girl with turquoise streaks said, that's a relief, I thought you were like a serial killer. There's just too many delicious recipes. The blonde woman said, so we'll leave it to you then. The orange-haired girl with turquoise streaks replied, KK. Alex thought, dang it, this is kinda awkward, I should say something. She's Danny's friend, I should get to know her more. Arg, but it's really hard when I think about it. This is like the thing I'm worst at. She continued thinking, come on, I need to get better at this. I'm new Alex, right? Just do it. Say anything. Danny said she likes comics. It's been silent for like 200 seconds. Why is this so awkward? Alex finally speaks. So, Danny said you also like reading comics. She thought, OMG, thank you, Shay. Why am I so bad at starting the conversation? The blonde woman with turquoise streaks in her hair replied, why yeah, I do. Mostly action manga, but other kinds as well. What kind do you like? MMM. I like. The girl with the blonde hair and teal streaks said she liked really weird, F***-up mangas and horror movies. The girl with the green hair asked if she had heard of Junji Ito. The blonde girl said she had, and that his works had given her multiple nightmares. The blonde-haired girl said her current favorite story was Alta on webtoon Canvas, saying it's the best story she's ever read. The green-haired girl agreed, saying she's also been reading it and it's so awesome. The green-haired girl asked if she liked adventures and mysteries. The blonde-haired girl said she likes the ones where they train and get super buff and strong, like Dragon Orb Z or Demon Killer. The green-haired girl replied, interesting. The blonde-haired girl added, that and BL. The green-haired girl replied, well, of course. Of course. The green-haired girl then asked, what about GL? Yeah, those can be pretty cute. They make me fantasize about a situation like that sometimes, haha. Yev haha. The blonde-haired girl said, interesting, but the green-haired girl suddenly shouted, nothing's interesting. The blonde-haired girl held up some clothes and said, I found your clothes. Time to turn you into a sex bomb. The green-haired girl exclaimed, sex bomb. I thought these were school clothes. The blonde girl just replied, heh. Yes, The blonde-haired girl pushed the green-haired girl towards the changing rooms, saying, get in there. Inside the changing room, the green-haired girl looked at a pair of jeans and thought, HM jeans. I guess that's not too bad. The green-haired girl, holding up the jeans, wondered, geez, when was the last time I actually wore something besides sweats or gym clothes? The green-haired girl tried to pull up the jeans, but stopped. Oh no. She frowned, realizing, crap. I forgot this happens. I've got a problem. Someone asked, HM, what's wrong? The green-haired girl replied, nothing fits. She explained, my thighs and butt are too muscular for pants like this. The blonde woman with green eyes said, oh, okay. The blonde woman held up a pair of jeans and asked, what about these? They're a few sizes bigger. The woman with green hair and glasses tried on a pair of jeans that were too big and said, I can't, because my waist is too skinny when they're this big. The woman with green hair and glasses looked over at the blonde woman who said, yo, what? You hearing this? My bi-ass can't handle this. A woman with the green hair and glasses stood with her friends as one of them said, I guess there's at least one downside to having a body like that. Fit girl problems. The blonde woman held up a pair of jeans and asked, okay, how about these? Stretchy action especially for lumpy people. She then exclaimed, lumpy. The green-haired woman tried on the jeans and said, wait, what? These fit great, and they're super comfortable. The blonde woman looked shocked and said, whoa, what kind of wizardry is this? Do you see the cake on this fine mama? Hear me out. The blonde woman continued to stare, saying, that's no cake, it's the whole baking industry. I've never seen jeans fill out like that. The woman with green hair got angry and yelled, why are you twats in here? The blonde woman kept staring, saying, geez, it's like a literal bubble. Alex, how does it stay up like that? You know, I feel like 1-to-1 really shouldn't be looking. It's super springy, I really need to start working out. Those are some super nice wall tiles. The blonde woman continued to stare at the woman's rear, saying, seriously, this thing belongs in a museum. It's as if Michelangelo himself carved a block of denim. The woman with green hair looked annoyed and said, all right, I get it, you idiots, stop embarrassing me. Let's just get the things that I fit in and get out of here. Yay. The scene shows a building with the sky in the background and says, yay, I'm so glad. The blonde girl wearing a light blue dress said, you actually wore a new outfit to school today. The blonde girl continued, see, you're like super normal. This is kinda embarrassing. There's nothing to be embarrassed about, you look awesome. The girl with green hair wearing a white top and ripped jeans said, still I feel more exposed wearing such weird clothes. Weird. Those are just normal clothes. Half the school wears that. The blonde girl wearing a blue top tells the green-haired girl, it's easy for a normie like you maybe. Not for pro gamer Alex. Just think of this as training. The blonde girl encourages her to be proud of your hard work. The last time she was proud of something, everyone made fun of her. But that was just stupid high school. It's not like that anymore. The blonde girl continues, which is why it's up to me to force her to believe in herself. Get in there, clown. But the green-haired girl protests, BB, but I can't. Everyone is gonna notice I look different and laugh in their heads or something. The blonde girls want more content right now. Check out Dungeon Crawler Carl for completely free on Amazon. It's the highest-rated audiobook with over 135 hours of pure dungeon chaos. Grab the first book completely free with the Amazon link in the description.